but there was a one perfect couple in the world, able to declare the soul of God. So two parents did it. Well, a new era has broken. You were extraordinary, lucky, and blessed. Now to all human kind, only you have been able to usher from this day, which is absolutely unprecedented in history. So that is the foundation day. Clear 2019. Seattle. Today's title is Revelation of God and Foundation. We are doing the National 65 Days Prayer First May is holy to heaven, peace of God, came and comfort human suffering. To you, but you cannot bear them. These things I have spoken to you in figurative language, but the time is coming when I will no longer speak to you figurative language, but I will tell you plainly about the Father. So if we know that the Heavenly Father more plainly, that the God is suffering. Right? So it makes sense that if we know his idea of creation, it makes sense that God has been suffering because he do not have his idea yet. So God, of course, God is loving God, but when he loves beloved, then if he didn't get any response from his beloved, he's not happy. That makes sense, right? That's we are like that too. If you love somebody, then nothing comes back, you feel sad. If you are betrayed by beloved, your heart is so pain. That is God, right? That's very simple actually, but we didn't know that until true parents are revealed. That the truth of God, right? That's why that such God has to be liberated. Then how that the God has been suffering until today, then how can he be liberated, right? That God became like that. God, true parents or true father said, God is like incarcerated in prison, like he could not talk to anybody. He couldn't do anything. He just sitting in the, the one place, isolated from his created the world. So that is God, right? Then God became like that because Adam and Eve didn't do what they were supposed to do. So because of the Adam and Eve's failure, so God became the God of suffering. So who can liberate God? That only Adam and Eve can do. God has to send another or new Adam and Eve, right? So that is a Messiah. God needed the new Adam and Eve. So that is a Messiah. That's why the Messiah is true parents. Messiah has to be the true parents. So of course, like God created Adam first and Eve next. So God had to send the Adam first and then Eve, right, after Adam. So actually, God sent Jesus as the second Adam, but he couldn't find his bride, Eve. That was a major issue. Then we didn't know that, right? I mean, that's kind of amazing things that also, we are saying that the Messiah is true parents. Yeah, that Jesus needed his wife, right? That's the big thing too. But he couldn't find his bride because nobody there accepted Jesus as the Messiah. So now we have a true parents. We have a true parents, right? So true parents came, or God sent them as the third Adam and Eve. Right? So then their ultimate mission, what they want to do as the God's son and God's daughter, what they want to do is to liberate God. Right? That's when they know the suffering of their God deeply, really know them, know the God's suffering, then they of course they want to really liberate God, right? So then how can they do that? Right? That's what's their process to liberate God? So I think many things, many important things to do that, to do it, we need to know lots of things, but one of the most important thing that their true parents did was to love. I mean, love, love is the most important, especially love your enemy is important. Actually, Jesus already spoke about it, love your enemy, right? So that's basically that's true father said that's the only way to change the history. Love your enemy. So that's the enemy of enemy is Satan. So that means like the true parents are saying, love Satan, even Satan, right? So true father said, I know he said this in 2010, that God created Adam and Eve. The same God created Archangel Lucifer. Same God, not different God, right? Same God created Archangel Lucifer, or angels. So that they are God's creation too. So God loves them. love them. Somebody really betrayed them. Still, they love them. Then until the Satan really surrender to true parents. That is the ultimate goal. Because if you don't do that, if Satan remains as Satan, then God's ideal cannot be realized, right? So the Satan has to change and come back to his original position, became the angel, archangel, original position. So how can they do that? No matter what kind of things happen, true parents keep loving and loving and serving, no matter what. Even though that he may be betrayed thousands of times, but he still has love love toward the enemy. So that is the true parents' cause, right? So then the individual level, family level, when he was put into the Danbury prison in America, 1984. His speech around that time, main point was true love. He really began to stress the true love when he was put in the jail. He didn't do anything wrong, right? He could resent toward the America or who trapped him, but he was not talking about such things. He was talking about the true love, right? So he continuously do that. When he embraced Kim Il-sung, North Korean head, Kim Il-sung, right? He is the one who tried to kill substantially, kill him. And that guy is the one who killed true father's parents. So, when he embraced him, when true father embraced Kim Il-sung, his heart is really, truly love. So that's why Bo-hee Park, who passed away recently, Bo-hee Park was so surprised. Even he knew true father's teaching, love your enemy. Jesus taught us, love your enemy, but how can you really love that kind of person with the genuine, brotherly love, right? So then Bo-hee Park said, that changed his life. He knew in the head, but when he saw that, then that was so amazing, and that changed his life, So that kind of life, right? That is the true parent's life. So eventually, he did it. So he did it. That's why he was, or they, both, Adam and Eve. I think this might be an important thing too. Satan has to surrender not only Adam, Satan has to surrender to Eve too. Otherwise, they cannot restore the Garden of Eden. Right? When you look back at the Garden of Eden. Yeah? So both Adam and Eve, the archangel Lucifer has to serve both Adam and Eve. That's why the Satan has to surrender to both Adam and Eve. And that happened. Therefore, the true parents were able to hold the coronation ceremony of God's kingship, right? So that day, 2001, so true parents were able to bring God back to his original position. Now that is the 2001, January 13th. So they did it. So they were able to bring God back to his original position. So because Satan surrendered to them. So now that's for the first time God was able to sit in his original position, right? So then under him, go back to the Garden of Eden. Yeah. So God is there. Then Adam and Eve was created as God's child. Then they grew up, right? They become mature. Then they get married. Or centering on God, centering on God, right? Before 2000, God was not there. So that's why the Adam and Eve, new Adam and Eve has to get the true marriage under God. So that's what they did, 2003, right? So that's that for the first time in the human history, that for the first time, so that there was true man and the true woman, they got married centered on God. So that happened, right? True parents did it. True parents did it. That is amazing time, 2003. So then what happened after that? What is their course after that, right? That is already remarkable. But go back to the Garden of Eden again. When Adam and Eve got married, centering on God, then they are going to have their children. No, of course. Then like children will grow up as Adam and Eve's children. Of course, God's children, right? They grow up. They grow up. Then Adam and Eve is growing them up, taking care of them. Adam and Eve's time, God could not really relate to them because they are immature, so God had to use the archangel. But after Adam and Eve reached that level, God is one with Adam and Eve, that true parents could raise their own children, right? That is like God is directly raising the children. That's why once Adam and Eve reach the perfection, go through the growing period, then no more fall. Because the God and Adam and Eve as one, then raise their children, then no Satan. No Satan, no like unstable situation there. Right? Even though the children has to go through the growing period, but surrounded by true love. So that's the Garden of Eden, right? So that Adam and Eve, what Adam and Eve were supposed to do at the time, after they got married, they give birth to children and raise them up by true love and the truth. So that's what they were supposed to do. Then after 2003, as the new Adam and the new Eve, true parents, what they have to do is raise their own children and the spiritual children, which are the blessed family. That's their responsibility too. They raise their own children and us by true love and the truth. So that is the basically that's the original divine principle, original substance of divine principle. Then the core content of that is the absolute sex. So why now absolute sex? Because, right? Because Adam and Eve, for the first time, they got married centering on God, right? Then they experienced such original conjugal love between man and woman with God. Then actually God never experienced that too, right? At that time, after 2000, Father began to speak about, okay, God need to grow too, What? God need to grow? God is absolute, God is everything. God is perfect. Why he need to grow? But Father said God need to grow. God need to grow because even God has the love in him, but if he doesn't have any object to love, then he can never experience love, right? Without the object. Maybe he could love no matter what, but nothing comes back. That means like he has no experience of love, give and take, and the true joy through the love, right? So that he need to experience that. Yeah? So he was able to experience that with true parents. And when true parents got married, then that's the first time that the true man, true woman experienced the true conjugal love, and God could be there, and God experienced that love for the first time. No? That's why Father was talking. God also need to grow means God also need to experience. So then true Father was talking about God, Adam and Eve's marriage is God's marriage. right? So that's really, that's amazing. Because God began to experience such love, that's why true Father began to talk about it, So, okay, so that's what happened. That's what happened. Then the true Father, true Mother, experiencing true conjugal love, and the loving children, loving us, actually in the restoration, true children and us, spiritual children, both. So we have to really come together and true parents, and we become true parents' children. But the true parents really loved us, then God and true parents together experience that they are parental love, the conjugal love, right? All those things, right? So that was happening after 2003. Then when they complete means like original Adam and Eve, they grow and they got married, they got child, they form their four-position foundation, 3 generations, So that's what they need to go through before they go to their spirit world. If they experience everything, God, through Adam and Eve, experience children's love, conjugal love, parental love, everything, then God go through together with Adam and Eve, then God also experience all the love, then complete. Then they can go to the spirit world anytime. Yeah? So that's completion. I mean, the declare that is completed is their foundation day. So that's why this is a amazing day that the one, everything starts with the one. Everything starts with one, Father said, everything starts with one. God is one, and Adam and Eve, when they establish the God-centered Trinity, one, that's the starting point of everything, right? So that one is completed. So the true parents were able to declare it, right? That's a new beginning, completely new beginning of the human history, right? That is the foundation day. That's why that is amazing day, as the true Mother said. Then we are with them. That's amazing, right? So that's why you have to really celebrate. I mean, I think we need to really know that what is the true parents' accomplishment. Nobody can destroy it anymore. It's a matter of time. When one is accomplished, completed, then everything starts from there, no matter what, right? So that's why God could be liberated that day. God is so happy about it, right? So that is their foundation day, I think. As if this is a true, But, who knows? I have to say, I think. Okay? You don't need to believe it, so. But please think about it, pray about it, This is amazing. This is really amazing thing, that's when you think about, that kind of process, true parents' accomplishment, true parents began to reveal new things with God, we are together with them. So amazing. Okay, however, then something was missing on the foundation day, right? Something was missing. Yesterday's celebration, then Foundation Day celebration, the main theme was the tribal Messiah. That was inauguration of Chonilguk tribal Messiah? Association of Chonilguk tribal Messiah. Was it? Yeah, like that. Yeah. So they inaugurate that kind of association, Tribal Messiah Association, Chonilguk Heavenly Tribal Messiah Association. Yeah, so that's an issue. What's the issue? So what was missing 2013 was God's expectation and the true parents' expectation was not they only them accomplish everything. They want us too. They want us to be the good Adam and Eve, good children of God. So that is the foundation for their nation, you know. So without our family, then there is no nation. It's like we are the citizens of Cheonilguk, right? We are the citizens. Then why we didn't have the substantial nation yet? Because like we are not like true parents. No? Therefore, already to 1976, after Washington Monument, Father began to speak about the home church. Then he began to tell us, you have to be the second level moon, right? You have to be the second level moon. So then you do as I did. No? So like we have to be victorious like true parents. Okay? So that already he was preparing that. You know, so like you, okay, you know, like encouraging us to grow, you know, encouraging us to really do things like true parents did. Of course, that is pretty far away. However, you know, Father tried so many times, you know, as you know, so many times. Yeah. So then we are not good at it. You know. So that is the issue. That's a kind of negative part of Foundation Day. Yeah. But of course, you don't have to be negative. You know. Right? Always. I mean, we have to be the positive, you know, that in order to bring a victory, we have to be a positive. Basically, yeah, don't get depressed. I don't think you get depressed, but yeah, if you like focus on, I didn't do, I couldn't do, I'm so stupid, I'm nothing, then that doesn't help any, you know. So God, then you have to think, God, how God see me. And then God is waiting for us to come, you know. So no matter what, then God, you know, the thing is, God's love is so amazing, and the true parents' love is so amazing. You know, that's when we talk about love your enemy, they are not doing that by the obligation. You know, when true parents are loving Satan or loving their enemy, they are not doing that because the principle said, right? They are not doing that because that is the principal way. You know, that's not, you know, that's not. So true parents are loving enemy because he can't stop loving. You know, the heavenly parents too. No matter what we do, you know, sometimes we are so stupid, you know, dumb, you know. But so the heavenly parents, he can't stop loving us, no matter what. Right? So that is the heavenly parents. So you know, that's a basic that we need to know that. Yeah. So that God loves us, you know, always, no matter what. Okay. That's not they are not doing by obligation. Sometimes you see it. I hope like you see it. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes that's so amazing. True parents. One time I saw true father. After he got so upset and scolding us so much, you know, but, you know, then like he said, don't sleep tonight, okay, then repent all night. Then everybody tried to be awake all night, you know, then nobody could do that, right? They have a shape of their praying, you know, praying. Then becomes so silent, you know, everybody is sleeping. Yeah. But next morning, so Father knew that, but you know, we saw Father's love it's like, he can't stop, you know, can't stop loving us, right? So like for him, like we are so cute, you know, like a so cute baby. So cute, immature baby, you know. So that's why like he doesn't want to leave us, all right? You know, like you know me. When you feel like that, you know, from a true parents, then oh, you know, like the true parents' love, it's like that. You know, parental love is like that. You know. So anyway, okay, what I'm talking. Yeah, that tribal messiahship was missing. Okay, that's why the true mother encouraged yesterday, to become a true tribal messiah. Then the essence is, right, that we become a true man and a true woman. Then we become a true couple. Then we become a true, we establish a true family. So then that's true family expanded to the tribal level. That's a tribal messiah, right? That's why core thing is that our own growth. That the issue is my own growth. So that, right, of course, like you can witness people and then convey their God's great message to the people. But if I don't grow, then no meaning. If I don't come close to God, then no meaning, right? So that's the major issue. That's why when we talk about the tribal Messiah, then we need to think that is the major thing. Internal providence of tribal messiahship is if I grow as a true man or a true woman. And if I really trying to, of course we are on the way, we know that. We are trying to establish the true couple, then when we are growing, then the point is how we can grow in love. So by loving people, right? That's the only way, Yeah. Now praying is not enough, studying the word is not enough. So we grow by loving people, right? So that's why when true mother is encouraging the true tribal messiahship, so that's giving a blessing to people, all kind, the different kind of way to bless people, witnessing people, but fundamentally that you are loving, like our president said in his letter, right? So that's a loving issue. Then by loving, then we can grow too. When you accomplish some condition, God can help, right? Then when you accomplish some kind of a condition, when you offer the condition, then God can help and the spirit world can help you to grow. So that's that's a thing. Yesterday, I think some of the leader there was talking about, when you do the tribal messiahship, giving a blessing to people, loving people, then actually what you need to become is that those people really respect you because you love them a lot. Because you love them, that's why they really respect you as the Messiah. That's a tribal Messiah. When you become a tribal Messiah, people around you really respect you as the Messiah. Then they may testify you, oh, you are the Messiah. Because of you, I'm saved. So that kind of relationship has to be made by what? By loving, right? We need to love them, right? That like true father did, true parents did, love your enemy, no matter what, so you love. So if you have somebody you cannot love, that means you need to grow, right? I need to grow. If I have somebody like that, I need to grow more. Then become like heavenly parents, become like a true parents, So that when you face people, then you know that you still have a way to go, So that's what true mother is encouraging. So now I hope we began to understand the importance of the tribal messiahship. True mother said it took 6 years to educate you guys, like that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, still I'm not, really understanding probably. I'm off, I have to say honestly. If I say honestly, pretty far away from true understanding of true parents' love, Anyway, so when we reflect this day, Foundation Day, that the one thing, most important thing is I hope we really understand the true parents' accomplishment. Nobody can touch it anymore. That is absolute, solid. That's really a firm foundation was made for God's nation. Chonilguk. And also we have a responsibility. We have the role to do. We have things to do. First generation, second generation. Then the same. Same. We have to do together, right? When you talk about the family, then our children, second generation, is a part of family. When you expand the family, they are in there too. Then they have a family. That should be their really good, nice, happy family, so that the people can really respect and envy. Then we want to become like that, right? So that's like we can attract more people. Then they respect you. When people look at your family, you are like a 2-generation family, you are 3-generation family, then the people really respect you, so that also like you can really attract people. Then we can bring them back to God and true parents. Okay, that's what we need to do. So we have a we have such a responsibility. That's a great thing, I think. We can do something, we can make an effort together with our true parents, with true mother now. Our father said, right, that the child is born from a woman, Child was born through mother, So when now mother is at the front, mother is leading the movement. So this is a time that we can multiply children, right? So anyway, the father was talking about things like that, through true mother, we can give a birth to many children, So today is such a day, I think. All right, so let's really celebrate this day and think about the true parents' accomplishment, and think about how we can accomplish our own, things. Aju? All right, thank you. Join me in prayer. Heavenly Parents, thank you very much for this wonderful day. Today is a foundation day. We really want to understand the true parents' accomplishment, and we also want to know that we have the very precious, amazing responsibility too, and true parents are expecting us to accomplish it. Heavenly Parents, as we celebrate this very amazing, wonderful Foundation Day, we really want to make our own determination too. And we unite with our true mother, we unite with the true parents and the heavenly parents, and do our mission, and we want to accomplish it. Thank you very much again. I report this in the name of Hideaki Sakai, best central family. Aju. Thank you.
Thank you.